You're listening to World of WWE, a WWE podcast.
Hey everyone, thank you for checking out World of WWE. You are tuning into our WrestleMania Backlash recap. A lot happened. I, of course, am not alone. Introduce yourselves, co-hosts.
What's up, guys? I'm Dan.
What's up, guys? I'm Carlos.
And, of course, we are World of WWE, and I'm Ant, too, in case y'all don't know. So before we go into the recap, what did you both think of WrestleMania Backlash as a whole? Did you enjoy it? Did you think it could have been better? Let's start with Carlos.
I thought it was really good. There were a few moments that I found questionable, but everything else I thought was pretty good. I gave it like an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay. How about you, Ian? What did you think?
I thought it was a solid pay-per-view. I mean, some predictable moments were interesting, but it was an all right pay-per-view for, I guess, something after WrestleMania.
I agree.
Just another pay-per-view, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible, but like you said, Dan, could have been like any other pay-per-view and it would have been okay, you know? But surprisingly, we started out the night with the Raw Women's Championship triple threat match to open the card. Of course, the Raw Women's Champion Rhea Ripley defending against Asuka and Charlotte Flair. Couple of notes I have about it. Charlotte, I don't know if you guys noticed when Charlotte Flair came down to the ring, she was kind of wearing an outfit that was kind of paying tribute to Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians, which I thought was cool. There's a movie coming out about Cruella. So that was cool that Charlotte Flair was representing the Dalmatians. So aside from that, we see moments where Rhea and Asuka were trying to maneuver and control Charlotte Flair in the beginning. They hit a double kick to Charlotte Flair. Eventually, Charlotte dragged Asuka out of the ring and hit a suplex. Charlotte tries to run into Rhea Ripley to knock her down, and she finally kicks at Rhea in the corner. Rhea drop kicks Charlotte Flair to the outside, kicks Asuka off the top rope, and then Charlotte Flair drops Rhea down to the floor. Of course, Asuka puts Charlotte Flair in an armbar, but Rhea Ripley stops it. I thought Rhea looked really great in this match, dominating both women. Fisherman suplex, 2 German suplex, and then Asuka runs into Rhea Ripley in the corner. Asuka taking control. Rhea hits a flying drop kick, and then Asuka with a flying knee to Rhea Ripley on the outside. Charlotte Flair hits a moonsault on both women. She tries to climb again, but Rhea Ripley blocks it, and Asuka and Rhea hit a double superplex on Charlotte Flair. Charlotte hits a double chalk block and a double natural selection. Charlotte Flair tries a moonsault, misses. Asuka kicks Charlotte Flair out of the ring. Charlotte hits a big boot to Rhea. Asuka lock. Asuka kicks her, and then Rhea hits a riptide to Asuka to retain the title. A lot of stuff going on here. My notes are kind of scattered. There's just a lot of action. But I thought it was a great match. Rhea Ripley retained with the riptide. A lot of words to say while I'm trying to talk fast. What do we think? Dan, you can go first. What did you think of this match? And wait, Dan, before you go, I'm sorry. We also have to go over our predictions. So I thought Rhea was going to win. Dan,
I thought Rhea was going to win as well.
Yeah, and then Carlos thought Charlotte.
I said Charlotte for that. Just the reason, you know.
It's all right. Well, you know what though? Because at some point during the match, I was like,
I honestly really saw her winning. I really thought she had a chance.
Selection. When I saw she hit the double natural, I was like, oh.
I really thought she had a chance, at getting that title, but I guess I was wrong.
Well, like Dan said, like the double natural selection, I thought that moment too. I was like, they're probably done. So I was surprised to see them kick out. But
I was gonna be like, are you fucking kidding me? She's winning this again?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, thank God.
So, Dan, you were happy that Rhea won?
Yeah, I was happy. I loved the match. The match was very back and forth, which that's what a triple threat should be. It should make you think, okay, is this one gonna win or is she gonna win or is she gonna win? I like that. It was yes, it was a little predictable, but it was also very good to make me even think the person who I wanted to win wasn't gonna win. So I think it was a really good match. I think they put on a really good performance. I knew it would happen, and I love the match. I give it a 9 out of 10.
All right. How about you, Carlos? What are your thoughts?
So I didn't really pay much attention to that match. Just I don't know. I felt more like I was more interested in the SmackDown Women's match than this one. But it was alright. I like saw like it was a really good like time consumer, I guess, but like a good show opener. I don't know. Good
Carlos
moves.
is more into the zombie.
Yeah, no, that match definitely was probably one of my favorites, and then
Oh my god.
the SmackDown the SmackDown women's match. I like SmackDown, like mostly everything on SmackDown's honestly better.
All right, well,
In my
I
opinion.
appreciate that. You weren't really a big fan of it. That's okay. I loved this match. I thought it was like Dan, you mentioned it was a great back and forth. A lot of stuff was going on. You couldn't really tell who was going to win. Carlos, you picked Charlotte. I thought she was going to win at one point, but I did like the match. Again, do I think it was necessary? No, but none of these pay-per-views after WrestleMania are necessary because they're all rematches from WrestleMania. But it was okay. It was a good match. It was a good opener, and I enjoyed it. It made me feel content. Our next match is for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Dirty Dogs, the team of Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler, against Rey and Dominik Mysterio. Of course, there was some shenanigans that took place before the match. During the kickoff show, the Dirty Dogs attacked Dominik Mysterio backstage. They sent him into crates, and then they threw something on top of him. I didn't know what it was. They just tossed it on him. It was like, it almost looked like a couch, kind. It was weird. Then Rey Mysterio comes down to take on the Dirty Dogs in essentially a handicap match. But Rey holds his own, to start. He takes control with a baseball slide splash to Dolph Ziggler. Rey hits a senton to Robert Roode outside. Eventually, Dolph Ziggler attacks Rey's injured leg, and that's when the Dirty Dogs take control and have complete control of Rey Mysterio. Dolph and Roode hit a modified Famouser, but Rey kicked out. And then towards the end of the match, a lot of stuff was going on. Dominik Mysterio eventually does come down. He ends up getting the tag. He helps his father a little bit until Roode hits him with a spine buster. And then Dolph Ziggler gets busted open. He sends Dominik's shoulder first into the ring post. Rey Mysterio hits a senton to Robert Roode. And then a really cool tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, a 619. And that's when Dominik hit a splash. And we have new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Father and son are Tag Team Champions. Before we go over the match, our predictions. I thought the Dirty Dogs were going to win in this particular match. I think, Dan, you went with Dirty Dogs as well.
Yes, I did.
And Carlos, you went with Rey and Dominik.
Yeah, I was literally so happy. I felt like the whole thing went great. Exactly how it should have went. Like Dominik getting injured, then he comes back like not even injured, but like he like comes down a little later on. It was really really cool. They definitely made Eddie Guerrero proud.
Well, I have a question for you, and then Dan, I'm going to get to you. Do you feel, and we talked about this, all three of us, do you think it was necessary for Dominik to be injured? Do you think it made the match better, or do you think it would have been better if it was just 2-on-2, let's just go at it, see what their team is?
It would have made, it definitely gave him some incredible, like, some like looking, like, let's say, like, people are looking at Dominik now, like, oh, shit, he survived that and, like, won a match after he just got beat up really bad. That gives him a lot of how do you say? I guess like credibility. I don't know, like to him. Like
Okay,
he could take a lot of punishment.
Okay.
And they took a lot of punishment. They took a lot of punishment in that match. When he came back, they both took a lot of punishment.
You're right. No, I agree. Okay,
they were like kicking out. They were kicking out of everything.
It makes Dominik look more credible in your eyes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No, I hear you. Okay, Dan, how about you?
Honestly, I feel like it could have delivered a little bit more. I mean, like with Dominik being injured, you could have brought like maybe like a return or something like that. I feel like that might have been a little bit better. and like, you know, you could have driven a storyline if they did do that, be like, you won with tag team champions without me, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, I guess it makes sense. They went with the feel good story, father and son. It made sense in the long run. So I mean, I personally kind of wish they didn't do that, but that's just my opinion, you know. So it was a good match, though. You know, they put on a lot of good moves and all that kind of stuff. So I give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10.
Okay. I again, I don't know if it was. I hear what you're saying, Carlos. That it does make him more credible. A couple questions: where the fuck was Ray backstage? Like he just disappeared for a minute, and then they attacked him. And then
I mean,
also,
Dominic probably had to go get like a drink or maybe use the bathroom. What do
I
you want,
know,
Ray to follow
but
him around? Follow
listen,
him
like,
around when he's going to take a shit?
for me, it's almost like I don't want to have to sit and think about what happened. It should just be explained. Like when I'm watching Attitude Era, right now the storyline is that the Undertaker is abducting Stephanie McMahon, right? So they're sending Ken Shamrock backstage to look for her, right? With this stuff, we have to like they say Shamrock is backstage looking for Stephanie McMahon. What the fuck is Dominic doing by himself? Just looking around? Like, there's no like he's with his father. If the whole storyline is, oh, they're a father son, they're together, they're a duo. What was he really doing? He wasn't in the bathroom? He wasn't taking a shit, like you said. What was he doing? So
I mean, they weren't showing that. They were showing him like walking. Maybe he was doing something. I don't know. Ray's not gonna be following him around everywhere he's going.
I know, but it's just like I don't want to have to sit and like wonder. Okay, so Dominic was here at 5 o'clock, and this is like I listen. I just don't have time for it. I want to see wrestling. I'm not here for half-baked storylines. You know what I'm saying? Like they did this to kind of make Dominic more credible, but in my eyes, actually make him have a tag team match.
Or something they could technically do later on was like they or what they could have done was have it wonder why Dominic got attacked and Rey Mysterio did nothing. He could have just stood there and watched, and you know, no one ever saw
That's what
it.
I'm saying. It kind of leaves you. And listen, like Carlos, that's cool that you're like. I totally get that you're satisfied because some people might be like, okay, that's cool, but for me, I need more. Like, I'm not okay with just thinking, okay, he got attacked backstage because he was going to the bathroom. Like, I need to like, okay, he's been attacked consistently. Eventually, Ray has been winning. Don't you think Ray?
That's basically kind of like what happened with Enzo Amore and Big Cass in like 2017, where Big Cass was getting attacked, or I'm sorry, it was Enzo that was getting attacked, and then it was revealed to be Big Cass. Like, you know, where the fuck was he? Oh, now there he is, and now we find out he was the one attacking. That was at first they didn't actually explain anything, which was kind of stupid. You know?
I wish that they would have, like you said, or you know what have even been better, my opinion.
He didn't. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he wasn't like going to. Maybe he was just like maybe getting catering, or maybe he was like prepping. I don't know. Like maybe Ray was like doing something else, or I'm not sure. But now I feel like that was a good way.
No, I
Because
hear
like
you.
know they've been winning. They've been winning. They've been winning the past 2 weeks on SmackDown. They're not gonna just make. They're not just gonna make like okay. Let's say that little thing didn't happen. Like this. Let's say the match just happened. Like Dominic and Rey came out together. Like that would have made Dolph and Robert Roode look really bad because like they lost. There would be a third loss in a row. Now like
titles. I mean, they already lost the championships. What else are you going to do?
they got that. They got that little moment like where they got that over on Dominic.
Yeah, but think about it. If we're gonna really look back on history, are we gonna look back on Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler beating up on Dominic, or Dominic and Rey winning the titles? You know what I'm saying?
That played a big part in it, though.
I don't know. If we look in the history books, no one's gonna be like, oh yeah, and that's why they lost, or that's why. Like, I don't know. I feel like what would have been better, in my opinion, was okay if they did want to keep Dominic getting beat up, have someone come out with Rey, have that person get fucked up, and then Dominic comes out and helps his father. Because then, okay, you needed me. There's no, like, what is the reason for this? Oh, they beat me up backstage so I can come out and beat them. You could beat them when you come out and, like, you know what? And also, that happened, like, what, an hour before? Is he really still going to be that fucked up an hour and 30 minutes later after getting thrown into a crate? We've seen people get fucking shit tossed on them, and they're okay 30 minutes later.
Yeah, he did. He got
for
some
God's
like
sake,
big ass thing on tossed on.
we watched Shane McMahon jump off a Hell in a Cell, and not even 24 hours later, he's walking out. He's fine.
That's the only thing. But listen, it's really not that big of a deal. The Rey and Dominik won. It was a good match from what it was. I personally think I'm okay if Dominik is getting beat up, but it needs to serve its purpose. And I think that WWE is trying to do these feel-good moments of, oh, father, son. But no one, unless like Carl's like, I get you're buying it, but like some people like me, I'm like, listen, I don't like just have a fucking match. Like I don't need all these stupid theatrics to kind of make me like Dominik. I already like him. I don't need him to get beat up for me to feel sorry for him. You're winning the titles. But whatever. That's just me. But it was a good match. I enjoyed it. And I do think that, it was interesting to see Dominik get beat up and, all that stuff and come back and help his dad. He came back. Well, Carlos and I are going to disagree next on this match as well.
I feel like me and are kind of like always on the same page now.
No. There's always we all have different likes and dislikes. And this match, I was excited for until it happened. So I think the reason why I was so amped up, and I'm like, someone's gonna return, something's gonna happen. I was so excited. So we get the Lumberjack.
Something did happen. Oh, something happened.
We have
It wasn't what we expected.
Now, before I was going to say something. Before I talk about this, the movie, what is the movie called? Army of the Dead or something? It's like the movie that Batista's in on Netflix that they're trying to promote. And there's this match, The Miz versus Damian Priest, and the zombies are the Lumberjacks, and it's all these people. There's like an Elvis zombie, all these idiots walking around pretending they're zombies. And to be honest with you, I really didn't pay any attention to this whatsoever because I understand wrestling's fake, of like a lot of the stuff's not going to happen. But when you have people dressed up as zombies and you want me to believe that they're really eating the Miz, then I'm really far away from it.
There actually was something that we should talk about. Miz was actually injured in this match.
Yes, he was. And that's a shame because it's a fucking shitty match that he got injured in.
Yeah.
But okay,
so if you think about it, though, it was kind of an okay way. At least that way, it technically looks like they rid him off. Oh, he got attacked by zombies.
Yeah, but what is he gonna do when he comes back? Is he gonna have any bruises on his face? Because when you get attacked, eaten by somebody, your face doesn't heal.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's not like your face. You're gonna come back and be like, "Hi, I got eaten by a zombie. Half of my face is gone. They were biting my skin." Like if what they could have done was have him like disappear under the ring or like something like that, because then you could say, okay, well, what?
Well, yeah, they could have dragged him underneath the ring or something.
Yeah, but the fact that they just like ate him, it was kind of like, okay. But yeah, it was so pretty much there was a lot of high flying moves. I didn't see, Carlos, you could probably tell us when the injury actually happened because I wasn't really paying much attention, but Damian Priest got the victory. After the match, the zombies went to eat the Miz, and that was it. And the Miz got injured. So Carlos, what happened?
When the Miz got injured?
Yeah.
Well, I have no idea. All I know is that I read that on the internet.
Okay.
I believe it was.
I don't know when it happened because he continued the match. I don't know.
I believe when Damian Priest was going for like when he was jumping off the top rope for something. I don't remember what it was for, but I do remember the spot. I just don't remember when it I remember it happening, but yeah, it was like when he was going for a spot. I think he was going for like a splash or something, and he landed on his leg or something, which injured it. I think that's what happened. I'm not 100% sure though, if I'm being honest.
Okay. So Dan, tell us your thoughts on the match.
I mean, I'm glad WWE tried something different, but I mean, realistically, it made no sense. I mean, okay, I get it. You're trying to promote a thing, but why? What did Batista have to do with any of this? I mean, you're just going to randomly throw this out here? And the people who didn't understand it at first, like us, because we didn't know it was anything had to do with Batista at first, when you didn't know about that, that just confuses you even more. I mean, at least I know I didn't know about it until I saw it. I was like, wait, what is going on here? But I mean, it had good competition. I just really wish they executed it a lot better. I mean, again, the zombies, not my thing. I'm not really. Obviously, I'm not going to believe it because we all know it's not real. But like, it's just I don't know. I didn't really enjoy the whole storytelling of that, but it was a good, solid match with the wrestling and everything. So I guess I'd give it maybe a 4 or 5 out of 10 around there.
Yeah. Okay. How about you, Carlos?
All right. So, first, I really enjoyed it, and I'm a huge fan of zombie movies, like those type of movies, like supernatural type, like sci-fi type shit like that.
Yeah.
Like when and I just felt like it was really something good and different, like something you wouldn't be expecting, because like Lumberjack Match, you would be expecting like regular just wrestlers come out and just be lumberjacks, right? But like that was something you wasn't expecting, something new, different. They were getting involved in the match. I thought it was really good. And how they were attacking, and how everybody actually got like afraid. The commentators were like, holy shit, they were getting out of their seats and all that. Mm-hmm. And it was a good way to promote it too. The movie that Batista's in. I gave it about like a 7.5 out of 10, 8.
Okay. So my only thing is
I didn't really have any
go ahead, Carlos. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't have any problem with it. That's it.
Okay, cool. So my thing is this. Here's my only problem. I love the little girls and I at school. We talk about the unicorns, right? You love unicorns. Unicorns are fucking great. However, I don't want to see a unicorn in the fucking wrestling ring. So my thing is, like, I love horror movies myself. But there comes a point in time where you say, okay, we're trying to be more realistic, right? With the whole reality, social media, everyone has their own reality show now and everything. But then we're going to do a zombie. Now, the reason why I'm attacking zombies so much is back in 2006 with the whole ECW revival, their main character was a fucking zombie and they were booed. That character was never seen again. So my thing with Vince McMahon is like, yes, there's definitely fans like you, Carlos, who are going to see this and think this is amazing. But there's also fans who are going to see this and be like, well, what is the point? And I think Vince needs to cater to both. And I think right now he is more looking into shock and awe, but it's shock in the sense of, oh my God. Like I was on Facebook the next day and everybody was annihilating it, saying how terrible it was. So the thing is, I feel like he just doesn't care as long as we're being talked about. But yeah, kind of like to bounce off of Dan. Another reason why I wasn't really liking it is they kept saying, "Oh, well, Batista sent his friends." Well, why the fuck does Batista care about Damian Priest versus The Miz? He sent his friends. Do what? What did he have anything to do with this whole night? Like, I understand the movie, but do we see the fucking Snickers candy bar pop up whenever it's WrestleMania? They're sponsored by Snickers. Like, it doesn't make sense as to, I get they want to promote Batista in the movie and make money and network and whatever, but, maybe have one zombie or something, but when all of a sudden all these people, like, where did they come from too? Like, did they all walk down from Los Angeles and they all went into the friggin' wherever the hell they are, Thunderdome? I don't know. I'm more of like
I just want to say something. Like I'm sorry to interrupt here, but like the match, I don't know what it was. I don't know if anybody remembers this character or whatever, but in WCW, the whole match reminded me of something of one of the characters. Does anybody remember the Yeti?
Dude, I fucking hate you because as you were saying it, the mummy, right? The dude looks like a mummy. Yes.
That's basically what this reminded me of.
Yes.
It was so bad.
It's botchmania. And that's why, like, I'm so frustrated because I'm like, wait a minute, like, what is happening? And listen, Carlos, it was entertaining. Don't get me wrong. It was entertaining as fuck. Like, it totally was. Like, we're all like, oh my God, there's zombies. But
hey, their goal was to get us to talk about it. God knows.
And we did. Yes, we did. Now we all guessed that Damian Priest was going to win that match. So right now we all are tied with 30 points. at this
Pretty
point.
much.
Yes. So the next match it did have some drama. Carlos and Dana are going to talk about that a little bit. I will have to look back and see, but the next match is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. The champion Bianca Belair defending against Bayley. Bianca was in control to start the match. She sends Bayley into the corner. Bayley keeps leaving the ring. Cool standing moonsault by Bianca. Bayley hangs Bianca on the top rope. Bianca hits a vertical suplex into the ring. Bayley hits a reverse suplex onto the steel steps on the outside of the ring to Bianca. And then Bayley hits it was like a botched side slam. I don't know if you guys caught it. She really didn't. It wasn't necessarily Bayley's fault. It was kind of Bianca's a little bit. Bianca kicked out. She sent Bayley into the cameraman. That was cool. Bianca beats on Bayley. She tossed her around the ring. Hits a cool spine buster. Bayley with a flying elbow drop. Bayley flies through the ropes, but Bianca moves out of the way. And then we see a moment where Bayley rakes Bianca's eyes, and she uses Bianca's ponytail and then hits Bayley to belly. Bayley tries a rose plant, but Belair is able to roll up Bayley to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. Carlos, let me go to you first. I know that you weren't really happy with the ending, so go ahead.
So they continue to do Bayley dirty, huh? So I don't know what the hell she's done. Like, what did she do backstage? There's some heat with her, but they just continue to do her. And she even got up after the match right away. She was all right. So the injury respect and like that I had for Bianca Belair is literally out the window now. I literally she's my least favorite, least favorite person probably on SmackDown because she continued she cheated at WrestleMania. She's not supposed to be. Like, why can't she just win the match fair and square? That was not the whipping with the hair. Like, they just need to cut that braid off or some shit. I don't know, but so she rolled up Bayley she had her. I guess she was holding her hair to easier to roll her up. But yeah, I think that Bayley needs a rematch or something because I don't think that was right.
Okay.
I think that was right. And when Sasha comes back, when she does come back, she's gonna put her in her place. Just saying right now.
Ooh, all right, okay. Oh, and that's right. You thought Sasha was coming back, and she didn't.
Yeah, maybe she needs some more time off.
Okay, all right. Okay, how about you, Dan?
Well, I wanted to comment on something. So Carlos said cut the ponytail off, and actually that finish of the match was actually botched, and Vince wasn't happy about that. And actually, someone backstage said something. They believe what this is going to lead to now is a hair versus hair match with Bayley and Bianca, and Bayley's going to lose, and they're going to shave her bald. Which, when I heard about that, that pissed me off very much. I'm just going to say that right now. But all right. Anyways, back to the actual match. The match was good.
Hang on. I do have to add something to that. You're making me think of something, and I think this might be true because I try to pay attention to little hints and subtleties, and Bianca posted something on Instagram where it's her whipping Sasha with her ponytail, and the caption is "Don't touch my hair." So they're definitely gonna go with that. If she's already talking about "Don't touch my hair."
I really hope they don't do Bayley that bad. I mean, good God. First you make her a Karen on WrestleMania, getting beat up by the Bellas, now you're going to shave her bald. What the fuck are you doing to this character? I'm sorry, but what are you doing to her?
110,000%. But let me just say this and I want your thoughts on the match. If Bayley's character is supposed to be a nutball, right? With the the crazy laughing and then I can kind of see if that is the case. I don't want it to happen at all. I don't want her losing her hair. But that could be the tipping point to where she just loses it and now she's just like the Joker, crazy, I'm just gonna hurt people. I don't know.
No,
it would be
that would make sense.
Go ahead.
But I said no. That would make sense if they did that. I mean, I don't like this whole character they're going with for her, but It's something.
Yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere. This character, guys. It was odd. I didn't.
I mean, it was just like the night after WrestleMania, they make her do the stupid laugh. Like, if someone can explain that to me, I'd be okay with it. But like,
Well,
no.
and
doesn't
again,
work.
something weird that I noticed is that she doesn't do it during her matches. Like she does it
No.
in the promos, and then she's completely fine and normal during her match,
Yeah.
which I don't understand. But anyways, I'm sorry, Dan. Go ahead, finish.
Okay. So for the match, I thought it was great. When Bayley hit the Bayley to belly, I thought it was over. I thought she would have won the championship. I was happy. I was about to celebrate.
Mhm.
Then when she kicked out, I don't know, but like I was so disappointed. I was like, no, man, that was. I don't know what it is. As we all know, I'm a big fan
Yeah,
of
me
Bayley.
too.
But like,
I didn't think she was gonna win after
wish-
that.
I really did wish she would win, but again, it was a good match. Back and forth contest. Like Carlos said, that the whole thing with Bianca using her ponytail kind of cheating. It doesn't make sense. I mean, if you
She's
heel, that
a
would make
face.
sense. Yeah. If they turned her heel, I guess that would make sense. But then it would be a heel versus heel, and there's not too many good heel versus heel matches. Let's be honest. But anyways,
I mean,
again,
Bayley did rake the eyes though. That is one thing.
yeah.
And I was gonna say also, my take on it is that if you're gonna try to grab it, then you have every right to get hit with it.
Exactly.
That's
I know,
my
but
take.
it's a match that's pretty much considered a disqualification.
No, I hear
Yeah, you
but
can't pull
also-
hair or anything. That counts as a disqualification, pulling hair and everything.
Yeah,
No, but you can't use it either. Like use
No,
it again
well,
on someone.
and I've said
On
this
the bright
before.
side, this is something new. Like I don't think we've ever seen a woman use her, or at least wrestling, ever use her
Like
hair.
especially at WrestleMania when she did that to Sasha, that should have been an automatic disqualification.
Yeah, but
Like,
guys, think
that
about
sounded
it.
like a shot.
Think about how many times do we watch matches where Stone Cold Steve Austin, the biggest face of WWE, has had a moment where if he needed to knock you out with a steel chair to win, he was going to. So I think that even though someone is a face, that doesn't necessarily mean they're always gonna do. Eddie Guerrero, lie, cheat, and steal. That was his whole thing, but he was a face. So I think that if their character is going to do that, like in NXT, she always did that. So I think that that's her character. I agree. It's stupid that they keep using it because it's like, come on, you have to have a different identity other than you're here. But I guess, like I said, if they're gonna try to attack it, I mean, like even Ric Flair, the dirtiest player in the game, he would low blow people, he would do all kinds of shit, and we still cheered for him because he was cool, kind of like Eddie
Yeah.
Guerrero.
That's true. It's just
But
it's weird to think that nowadays a face is kind of showing. I'm just gonna say this out there. Younger women, like young girls and everything, who are supposed to enjoy this, take not take lessons, but like kind of get into it and everything. If they're gonna watch that and think that's okay, then because kind of cheating. That's kind of cheating. I'm just gonna flat out say
the
it.
only thing to say
Cheating.
to counteract that, hang on. The only thing to counter that is, well, how many times, and it's okay if you haven't, but how many times have I watched WWE, went into school, did the crotch chop, and got in trouble? I mean, listen, everybody, you can't say a person is going to do, you know what I'm saying? Like it's going to happen. This is right. Then what do we say? Kids can't watch it. You're gonna. A lot of our role models, look at our leaders, our politicians. I mean, they are like some of the worst people, but we still look up to them as leaders. So I hear what you're saying with that, but also at the same token, it's like, I don't know. I think I hear, I don't know.
We're looking too much into this. That's our problem.
I hear both of our sides. I hear, saying like, she's cheating to win, whatever. But also it's almost like, okay, but if you had any advantage, would you use it? I would. Whether I was a face or not, I would. But that's okay. It's okay. And I do think
we're talking about leaders.
What happened?
Never mind.
No,
Never
go
mind.
on.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
No, Carlos, go ahead.
No, I said, since we're talking about leaders, like, do you guys have any leaders that like you guys look up to there? No.
In WWE?
Yeah.
I mean, somebody that this is gonna be weird to say. When I was younger, I mean, of course, I looked up to John Cena, but then now again,
Oh yeah, me too.
I
Me
don't
too. When I was
because
young,
I'm older now. I don't look up to him anymore. It's like because I got older. I mean, if I hadn't
do
seen anybody,
you still like him though?
no,
You don't like him? What?
I don't like John
You don't
Cena.
like John Cena?
No.
He's
No.
Oh my
literally-
God, we're losing half of our audience. Dan isn't a Cena fan. No, I'm kidding.
He's
No.
literally the man. What?
I
Again, he was the man of his time, but his time has passed.
Well, he still is.
the time
He
is
just
now.
isn't.
Look,
I
he's
always-
like
I
Dwayne
always-
the
I
Rock
always
Johnson.
respected
His
him.
time has passed. He's a big Hollywood movie star. He forgot about WWE.
Yeah, I always respect
Yeah,
him.
but guys, I have to say this: if you know that you can't compete anymore, like unless you're Goldberg and you're willing to compete once a month and get the title, you have to make a living doing something else. These men are their bodies. Look at Undertaker. The dude can barely walk. It's like they have to do something with their lives. I mean, yes, they're millionaires, but when you have money, you want more. And I think that, they have to do something. And I hear what you're saying, but they gave a long time to WWE. Look at The Rock, John Cena.
But if you remember correctly, John Cena took a problem with it, and now he's like, and now that he realizes how The Rock felt, he apologized for it.
100%. Because that was.
I think you guys know who mine is.
Sasha Banks.
Sasha.
Yes, sir.
I honestly, for a minute there, I kind of want to say Roman Reigns or Bobby Lashley.
No, Seth
Or like
Rollins. It's
mine
either
is- yeah.
or Seth Rollins.
definitely.
Or Seth Rollins.
You got
I
a
know you,
square on.
Carlos.
You got a
We
square
both
on.
know you, Carlos. We got you. We got your number.
I follow Seth Rollins' drip, and then everything else, Sasha Banks. Those two
All
are
right,
my.
maybe we should
my-
get
my-
back to the
I know,
pay-per-view,
back to
guys.
Backlash. Well, my locker room leader, for me would be Stone Cold. I think he's just a down to earth person.
Oh, I was gonna say Triple H with the crotch chop.
Oh yeah, the cross chop. No, I've always been a fan of Triple H though. Triple H has always been one of my favorites. Okay, but back to WrestleMania Backlash. Up next, we have our WWE Championship Triple Threat match. The champion Bobby Lashley defending against Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre. There was a moment where Lashley and Drew McIntyre teamed up together and they lifted Braun Strowman up and hit a vertical suplex. That was really cool seeing Braun Strowman, tall, big Strowman, lifted up in the ring. Braun hit a flying senton, taking out both men. Braun hit Bobby Lashley with a choke slam. Lashley took out Drew McIntyre outside the ring and he ran Drew into the ring post. Braun hit Lashley with steel ring steps. We saw a moment where Bobby Lashley suplexed Drew McIntyre on the ramp. And then Drew sent Bobby Lashley to the LED board. And then he sent him through it, and then he actually pushed him into it, and then he went through the board. Braun sent Drew to ringside, and he hit a senton, but Drew kicks out. Drew McIntyre hits a Michinoku driver, but Braun kicks out. Braun then power bombs Drew McIntyre through an announce table, and then eventually they get back in the ring. Drew hits a Claymore. Bobby Lashley runs in, throws Drew McIntyre outside the ring, and hits a spear on Braun Strowman to retain the WWE Championship. A lot of action. Carlos, what are your thoughts?
I literally had like no problem with this match, just because like it was definitely lived up to its hype, and I enjoy like I liked how like in the beginning like it was Bobby Lashley and McIntyre teaming up against Braun Strowman. Like I was not expecting that to happen. I just thought that they hated each other, but they literally just like they worked together. And then I liked how all the spots in the match, like when there was a point I think when somebody went through the barricade, right? Or who was it?
I think it was
Lashley or Braun, I think. I know.
I'm pretty sure Lashley was involved in that. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
he was involved in that.
And then when he went to the LED boards, I thought that was really cool too. We haven't seen something like that in a while. And then I like how like at the ending, like he just shows up out of nowhere and just like takes it. Like, yeah, he's the man. He's the man. All means necessary.
Okay. All right. So you were happy with that match. Good to hear, the almighty. Dan, what about you?
I have two standpoints on this. My first one is, okay, I like the match. It was good. You know, it made sense. Lashley, you know, coming out, like being hurt and everything, and then coming back in at the last minute, stealing the pin as a heel. That's good. You know, that's what he's supposed to do. But my second standpoint is, I'm not a Lashley fan. I don't see him as a main eventer still. I still don't, and I don't think I ever will. I didn't like it because it was so predictable. When he went through it, I was like, great. He's going to come back in. He's going to steal the pin, all that. I knew it was going to happen the second it happened. So I didn't like the probability of it. I didn't like that. But besides that whole spot, besides that, I did love the match. I mean, come on. Braun Strowman did a fucking senton off the apron as if he was like fucking Cesaro. I swear to God, I loved it when I saw it. That was one of my favorite spots for the match. Again, great match, solid work from every one of those competitors, especially with the big size each one of them are. So, you know, great work for them. It was a good match. Little disappointed on the probability though, so I got to give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Ooh, all right. So during the match, again, I gave it like a 7.52. I didn't really think much of it. I wasn't expecting much. I really enjoyed like the high flying moves, the fact that they were doing something different. It wasn't just them being slow in the ring. Oh, I'm gonna pick you up, drop. Let me be slow and run to the corner. And now let me be like. There was a lot of action, a lot of movement. Again, it wasn't great, but it was okay. I'm not really a huge Raw fan lately, so for me, it was just like, okay, here's another match. I didn't have too many stakes in it, but it was all right. It delivered. It was okay. You know, I wasn't. It was better than what I thought it was going to be. So, yeah. All right. Our final match of the night, our main event, is for the WWE Universal Championship. The champion Roman Reigns defending against Cesaro.
Wait, did we say who we were predicting for the last one?
No, let's go back. Let me go back and say that. Thank you, Dan. Okay, so for the first match, Dan and I got 10 points because we said that Rhea was going to win. For the second match, Carlos, you got 10 points, and Dan and I have 20 because we have 10. We all have 10 at this point because we thought the Dirty Dogs were going to win. Carlos, you believe Dominik and Rey were going to win. So we are all tied at this point with 10 points. Then for the next match, it was
Damian Priest versus The Miz.
Yep, and we all knew that, so we got 20 points. We all had 20 points. Then for the SmackDown Women's Championship, we all said that Bianca was going to win, correct?
Yep.
So we all now at that point have 30 points.
We all knew Lashley was going to win.
So 40, and so this will be the final. We'll find out if someone wins this or not. Okay, so.
Well, no, it really wouldn't be because we all picked.
Hang on. We'll see. We got to tell everyone the predictions after. Hang on. Ready? Oh, fine. Tell them first. What was your prediction, Dan? Who did you think was going to win?
I wanted Cesaro win, but I knew Roman Reigns was going to win.
Okay, so you predicted Roman. Carlos, you predicted Roman, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's go into the match. And I predicted Roman too. So Reigns is in control in the beginning. He attacks Cesaro's hurt arm. Reigns hits a flying clothesline, a Samoan drop. Cesaro hits a pop-up uppercut, and he applies a sharpshooter on Reigns. We also saw a moment where Cesaro hit a corkscrew plancha on Roman outside of the ring. Cesaro is hanging over the ring post, and there's a moment where Roman Reigns is holding and pulling on Cesaro's bad arm in between the ring post. Reigns makes fun of Daniel Bryan as he attacks Cesaro's arm, which leads me to believe that Daniel Bryan is going to be involved in some capacity with Roman Reigns again in the future. We'll talk about that in a moment. Again, we see Cesaro. He comes back with an uppercut. He attacks Reigns in the corner. And he eventually lifts Reigns into the ring with a superplex from outside of the ring. That was cool. We see Roman Reigns with a Superman punch, but Cesaro kicks out. Cesaro goes for a pop-up uppercut, but his arm gives out, and Roman Reigns locks in the guillotine, but Cesaro is able to counter. Cesaro again applies a sharpshooter and then turns it into a crossface. Eventually, Reigns reapplies the guillotine. Cesaro passes out. And after the match, Jey Uso comes down and he puts a lei on Roman Reigns' neck. And then Jey Uso attacks Cesaro. Seth Rollins makes his return. He comes down. He stares at Roman, and then he starts laughing, and he attacks Cesaro, sends him into the steps, hits Cesaro with a chair twice, and then he squeezes Cesaro's arm in the chair. So a lot going on. Roman did retain the championship. Cesaro passed out. Seth Rollins returns and takes out Cesaro. Dan, what are your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts were great match. You know, the competitors really did what they were supposed to. But my one question looming the entire match: where the hell were the Usos? I mean, like again, they had a little bit of stuff backstage. I get that, you know, because they showed on camera. But I wish they made them a more part of the match than they did. I mean, you had the whole thing with, you know, what was it? Jimmy, not exactly. What was it? Jimmy calling Jey Roman's bitch or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I can't tell those two apart.
No,
but
they look exactly the same. It's okay.
Well, they're Usos, but
Yes.
like,
Not really though, because they both got like different hairstyles now. Now I know who they are.
well,
And
yeah,
even
they
if
also have two
they
different
like exactly
shirts.
look the same, I would know who they are because like Jey Uso, I know he's main event. Jey Uso, he's a different animal.
He's main event Jey Uso.
I'm just wondering where the
WWE
hell
champion.
are these two? I
The
mean, they're
right-hand
supposed
man.
to be a part of this. You know, like what they could have done was like Jay tried to help Roman and Jimmy stops him or something. Like, where the hell was that? I mean, you played a whole part of it like on SmackDown, and now they're just gone. I'm sorry, that annoys me a lot that they didn't do that. I really wish they did more on that. I didn't care for Roman winning. It's, you know, kind of getting old a little bit for me, the whole Roman being a heel thing. It's something different. I like it, but, you know, it's getting a bit boring. I mean, I get it. You try to
like
spice
him
it up
being
without
a
a new
heel.
theme song. I mean, they try to spice it
same
up.
here.
They try to. I just don't understand that why add it so late into it, and now you're just gonna suddenly add it now. That didn't really make sense to me.
I think, and again, playing devil's advocate, I think what's happening now is, and again, I don't know why, but I know that CFO, which is the producer who created a lot of the theme songs, they're not using him anymore. So that's why lately the wrestlers have had different theme songs. Now, a lot of them, like Carmella, they've had new theme songs from the beginning of the year. I don't know, like you said, why is it being changed now? But I do think it's because they don't have an option. They have to find someone else to make music for them. But I do get what you're saying. They should have done that like earlier. It makes no sense.
Yeah, like they're trying to spice it up, I guess, maybe a little bit too. It's like, all right, I guess you're trying to make the gimmick a little bit better, but it just doesn't do anything for me. The gimmick's run its course, if you know what I mean. Like, you know, you get tired of it. And, you know, it makes sense. Roman's the heel. He should win and then go on to, like, lose it at a bigger stage than WrestleMania Backlash. You should go on and lose it at a bigger stage, which makes sense. I just wish that, you know, Cesaro does deserve it. He very well, you know, showed that he earned it, especially in that match. I mean, dear God, I fell in love with Cesaro after watching that match after so long of not really caring for him. But it was a good match. You know, I give it a 8 out of 10. Again, wish they had the Usos more involved. I did not understand this whole Seth Rollins thing. That I didn't understand. But oh my God, that guy's suit, he's on perk with that. Must say that.
Those two remind me like he's in space. All right, Carlos, go ahead. Your thoughts.
Amazing main event, a good match. It showed a lot like what Cesaro could do. I think like it actually showed like exactly what he's capable of. I'm glad that Roman won like with clean, no help, by himself. Because lately, usually Jey Uso interferes or some shit.
Well, that's the whole point. A heel's supposed to win with help. He's not supposed to
No,
lose.
but he's the tribal chief. He needs to do things on his own too. He's trying to prove that he could beat Cesaro on it. Because remember, Jimmy said that he can't. He thinks that he can't beat Cesaro, but he did on his own too. So that adds a lot to the match. And I do I want to tag off what you said with the Usos not being involved. I was really surprised that they weren't involved either, at all. Even just a quick letter, they having an argument at ringside or something. I don't know, but that would have been a good little ending. And I thought it was really random that Seth Rollins came out. I really love Seth Rollins. That suit was on point too. Not one of my not my favorite suit that he's worn, but one of my favorites. But I thought it was really random for him to just randomly come out. And it wasn't really a return because and you said it was a return, but he was literally just on SmackDown a week ago or two.
I know. I just don't see why he wasn't booked in the match then.
But yeah, it was. I thought it was just really random for him. Just and on the bumpy, apparently he said if the Usos and him get involved or something in one of his matches again, there's gonna be problems. So I guess maybe they're building for a match against Roman soon. They should just pull the trigger already.
Okay, so here
The
are
problem is though with I'm sorry to interrupt, Dan, but the problem is with that we've seen the match already. We've seen it
no, but they're two different.
Not with these
they're
gimmicks.
Two different,
no, you're right.
Now.
Not with
Yeah,
these
but who
gimmicks, you're right.
cares,
But they're
though?
both heels at the same time.
And also, listen, a character can only do so much too. They're gonna have the same moves. They're gonna have the same what's really gonna be different? Oh, Seth is bad. Okay, but for me, I think they should have let Cesaro win because whenever you do something shocking, it gets people to talk. When is the last time this happened recently on SmackDown, which I was so happy? How happy were we when we saw Tamina and Natalya win? We did not expect that. That was awesome. And I think that I'm not saying I knew Roman was gonna win, but I felt like they did a lot more shocking things back then because I felt like they had to. Now it's okay, fine, if you don't like us, go watch AEW, but eventually you're gonna turn us back on. And I feel like there's not enough shock factor anymore. It's we're able to predict what's gonna happen. I feel like Seth Rollins coming out the end took away from the match because I understand his storyline is going to be continued, but then just have him fight Cesaro at WrestleMania Backlash, and have him fight. I felt again, just like the zombie match, this match was to set up another match, to set up Seth Rollins and Cesaro. The zombie was to promote the movie. You're taking matches and just using them for another purpose, which I understand, but they've been doing this a lot lately where all these matches basically don't matter. What was the point of having Cesaro lose and then, okay, Roman won, and then here comes Seth Rollins? Roman didn't really have a chance to even show that he won. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of agree with you on it. I want to say something. Another one that you could say was one that based off something was when Braun Strowman did the whole thing with Shane McMahon. That was a whole thing to get him into the main event for WrestleMania Backlash. He destroyed Shane in the match, and then he said, since I destroyed Shane McMahon, I should just get a title match. You know what I mean?
They're just yeah. I mean, but listen, on its own, it was a good match. On its own, Seth Rollins coming out. I love Seth Rollins. I like him. But again, like I said to Carlos earlier, why wasn't he in a match? Even if he wasn't going to fight Cesaro, if they were still going to do this, you still could have booked him in a match.
He didn't really have any storylines going on at the point.
Yeah, but neither did
during this time.
Shane McMahon. The two of them just got booked like it was nothing.
No, I mean, but right now, literally, he was just on SmackDown maybe 2 weeks ago, but he didn't really have anything going on. I guess he could fight Jimmy.
He screamed at the Usos and told Roman Reigns he needs to take care of them, and now he's on the pay-per-view and he's beating up on Cesaro. So it's just that's the thing. It's inconsistent. Who is he mad at?
Also, if you think about it, Seth Rollins should have also played a part in the match. I mean, he should have maybe screwed Cesaro or something, setting up another match with them or something like that.
But I did, I don't know. I feel like I'm complaining about everything. I think I'm being a little bit too
like that too.
but
Complaining a lot.
I just feel like I know how great it is when it's great, and it's just so upsetting because we're three young men who have been watching it for a while, and if we're able to come up with these ideas, I don't see why they can't. And I guess that's my issue. But yeah, I did enjoy this match. I had a feeling Roman was gonna win. I was excited to hear, Dan, that you really enjoyed Cesaro. He's a great wrestler. I was happy for Carlos because Seth Rollins came back. Well, didn't come back, but you know what I mean. He showed up. He was there for the week before, then he's gone from SmackDown, and he's back. So wherever he was, he's back.
He took a week off.
He took a week off. He's back, and I'm excited for SmackDown to see what is to come. But yes, everybody, that is it for WrestleMania Backlash.
Well, also we also have to say we are all the winners.
Yeah, we're all the winners.
The first time.
Oh, wait. Oh, one more thing before we leave. And you said there'll be a special return coming back. You said you'll say it in the WrestleMania Backlash recap.
You did.
Oh yeah, that's right. I mean, we've already talked about this too outside. By now, everybody already knows. But if you don't know, I'm going to say Zelena Vega is going to be making her return to WWE. She was spotted backstage not backstage. She was backstage at NXT filming something
At the PC.
Yep, at the Performance Center, and she was filming something with The Rock's daughter Simone. Now, Simone does have a NXT contract, however, she is still learning, and supposedly she's doing really well. But yes, Zelena Vega is going to be making a return. I don't know on what show, I don't know when, but she's here. She's back.
By the way, how old is Simone? She's like 19, right?
Yeah, she's young. She's pretty young. Yes. Let me look that up to get an actual.
That's crazy. How she might be like on TV like really soon, like a 20-year-old or maybe 21. That's like really young.
So Simone is 19. Yes.
That's crazy. That's really crazy.
19 years old. Yes. So she's young. She has a whole world ahead of her. And so do we, because this is not the last time you'll be hearing from us. We will be back in a couple of days with our Raw recap, our NXT recap, and of course our SmackDown recap. We have, shockingly, Hell in a Cell is next month. Normally it's in October.
Yeah, that is very surprising.
From my sources, it seems that Extreme Rules is taking the place of Hell in a Cell in October.
Maybe they'll have their horror show like they did last year.
Exactly. I think that's that's the gimmick. It's going to be the horror show Extreme Rules.
I don't get that though. Why? I'm sorry, but I just don't like that. It's supposed to be Extreme Rules. We're not going, oh, it's gore, blah blah blah. Like how are supposed to represent demons? Like you end the feud there. It's supposed to be bigger, not Extreme Rules where it's just okay. We're gonna throw together an Extreme Rules match where everything goes. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't like that. The horror show, I don't like that.
But also, I feel like, my opinion, again, when it comes to matches like Hell in a Cell, there has to be a good story. They only have a couple of weeks to have a storyline to figure out who's going to fight in the Hell in a Cell matches. And that's the only part that I don't like. It's again going to be just rushed, basic Hell in a Cell. That's it.
Okay, but as long as they don't screw us like they did with The Fiend and Seth or Strowman and Roman Reigns, where there's just no contests.
Yeah. Well, we will have to wait and see. Any last words from you guys? Are we good?
No, I think that's it.
So, Carlos, how about you? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So, before we go, I want to thank you all for checking us out. You can hear World of WWE wherever podcasts are available. So make sure you check us out on whichever streaming platform you would like to listen to us on. You can also check out our YouTube page, World of WWE Podcast. We now have, let me update you both on our live. We now have 318 subscribers. So
we're growing massively.
We are. Keep on subscribing. Make sure you leave a comment, hit the notification bell, and let us know your thoughts on WrestleMania Backlash. Also, you can add us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and all of that information will be in the description below. We are also on Patreon, so check that out as well. And yeah, that's it. WrestleMania Backlash. We all won. We are the winners. Our predictions, we were all correct.
We are the champions.
And now we are going to get turned off. We're going to get canceled. Joking. Yes, we are the champions for this one, and we'll find out who is the undisputed champion at Hell in a Cell next month. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, we will see you soon. Stay safe, everybody. And yeah, that's all we have to say. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.